Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good evening. Good afternoon. How you doing? What's up?
Good night.
I mean, for real.
Thank you for joining the podcast. Goodbye.
Man, we covered everything.
What are you doing?
I am getting ready to go to this. They call it the Friends of the Orlando Philharmonic. UCF. We're singing Carmina Burana this weekend with the Orlando Philharmonic. Well, so me and about 15 to 20 singers, we're gonna go over to this person's home who's a friends of the OPO, and there's a group of the Orlando Philharmonic board members and guests will be there, and we will go there and sing some pieces from Carmina Burana. I will talk to them about Carmina just to prep them for the concert and what to listen for. So my first time doing it, so I don't know what to expect. I'm excited, to sing a little bit of the rep for the Friends of the Orlando Philharmonic. So it'll be
You're
cool.
going to somebody's house with
Yeah.
15 students
Oh, yes. Supposed to be a big
and
old house.
prepping a group
Huh?
and and prep. Who are you prepping?
What you mean?
I don't
Oh,
understand.
the Friends of the Orlando Philharmonic. So they're like board members or friends or donors and so on and so forth, great supporters of the Orlando Philharmonic. And so they call Friends of the Orlando Philharmonic, which are supporters of that organization. So it's
Well,
really
I guess I'm not a friend. I didn't get my invitation to the
cool.
party tonight
so
about Carmina Burana.
so it'd be cool.
Did I say it right? Because I've slaughtered it every time I've said it.
I ain't even hear you. I was still talking to you.
Carmina Burana.
It's you know what? That's close enough.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah, you'll take it.
What is it? Italian?
No, it's actually you got some Latin and you got some German. So some of it is Latin and some of it is German. So it's cool.
What is it? Is
Huh?
it an opera?
No. No, it's a huge choral work with choir. It's choral, actually it's choir, orchestra, soloist. So it's fun. So you'll see it. It'll be fun.
You said you'll see it. It'll be fun.
Yeah, just show up. Dun, bum.
Did you give me a ticket yet?
Yeah,
Look, high five.
good job.
Long distance high five. Huh?
And that's part of it. Sa 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 da. Don't worry about it. This is me.
Oh, listen, that's like a location joke that only people in it know, and
For real.
none of those people are here right now. So that joke just got
That's okay.
and blew up.
So how's your day? Enough about me. What's going on with you?
Well, it's been a tragic week. I'm just kidding. It's not
Okay.
tragic.
Let's go about the day. How's the day been?
Um, no, it's just been work.
Yeah.
Work, went to the gym um, at lunch, and then the internet went down, and then Tarek tried to FaceTime me. But when the internet is down, my cell phone reception is total garbage at my house. So then he's like, FaceTime me and I'll show you what to do. I can't FaceTime you and show you what to do because it's not FaceTiming. It's not connecting.
Hmm.
So you're gonna have to word me through it.
Okay. That sounds something.
Oh, it kind of irritated me, but then FaceTime worked and the Lord smiled upon me and gave me enough cell phone signal in my house to reboot the Wi-Fi. And so now it works for knock on wood. If this cuts off, you know what happened.
Mm.
Spectrum. That's what happened.
I be.
But so that was irritating. But it's been productive. I've been doing I'm such a nerd. Spreadsheets.
Uh-huh.
And I added a new feature to my spreadsheet that I send out to the people.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me happy to add features to a spreadsheet because I'm a loser.
No, you're not a loser. No negative talk. This is
Well, I'm a nerd. How about that? It's not a
well,
loser. I can do
it
spreadsheets.
depends on how you use it.
And I don't have and I can guarantee you that every single person that uses a spreadsheet will be
Mm.
like, yes.
Good.
And I'll be like, I know. I have also drunk this much water.
Mm.
I just have that much to go and I'm done for the day. How about that?
That is awesome.
So that's what I did today. Um, this weekend, It's Tamara's birthday party, then Rachel's birthday party, then my graduation, and then Carmina and Mother's Day.
You got a full weekend.
I need a nap.
You probably do. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Already.
Just take a nap.
I'm going to bed early tonight. Don't get me wrong.
You need to.
Yeah, I'm going to. Well, I mean, I might not go to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
but I can promise you, my behind, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, is going to be.
The creek gonna rise.
Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I'm going to be in the bed at 8 o'clock, living my best life, and we'll have achieved 10,000 steps. So I've got. If you can't tell, I'm on a fitness kick.
I mean, you all up in that fitness kit.
Summer's coming.
You know what that
I
means?
got 5,000 to go. I went to the gym though, but I got to add 5,000 steps. That's 2 laps in my neighborhood.
You gonna get to it.
Oh well, I could do it on the treadmill, but
Well, you got options.
I got options.
You got options.
I'm not going to ask you what your Halo band says because I got mad yesterday, right?
Oh yeah, let me see what my Halo band says because you got mad for a good reason.
Because I actually worked out and you didn't do anything but live, and yours says that you did better, and it's because you're a man and it's not fair. You know, men, they can go on a diet and like, hey, I'm going to quit eating 16 Reese cups and 4 sodas today and go down to 3 sodas a day and 12 Reese cups and lose 61 pounds.
So we're gonna stop this self-hate. I mean, hate on men again. So this is gonna be a positive podcast. Actually,
Apparently, you don't know what I'm doing.
nothing.
Is it charged?
Yeah, but it only said I've done 15,000 steps.
Oh, shut up. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean, it's
and those
ridiculous.
aren't even real. It's just because you go like this with your arm while you're conducting.
That's not it. I mean, I can't believe it. And then my points are so low. How many points you got?
I'm not saying it.
Okay, I'm not saying it either.
Say it
Nope.
for today.
So you tell me tell me what's yours for
No,
today.
you tell me first.
No, I'm not. Why? So you can get angry first and then say I'm not gonna do it? And then man bash some more?
Yes.
No, I won't do it. I don't think I can tell you I got a congrats, and I'm happy with that. That's all.
I got a congrats. That don't mean diddly.
It means that we're both growing.
What's your number?
What's your number?
105.
Oh, you're killing me. I'm not gonna tell you my number.
What's your number?
The podcast gonna end right then.
What is it?
186.
For the day?
Yeah.
You have 186 for the day.
Yes.
I don't believe you. Show me.
I mean,
Back up, Lou.
can you see?
What are you doing? Like, it doesn't even make sense.
I was conducting choirs for 2.5 hours.
Then I think that the Halo does bad with choir conducting because I've seen you conduct, and yes, you do sweat, but like you don't do 186 activity points.
I guess I do. Obviously, I do. Calm down the anger.
It's irritating because I go and I've got sweat dripping off my whole body. Looked like I done went and took a run and go. My heart rate was at like a 170 for 40 minutes because I'm doing hot yoga bouncing on one leg. And what do? Go to work and you get 186 points. I hate you.
First of all, don't say the word hate to our podcast listeners. This is a positive podcast.
Say it to them.
Not sound like an angry sound like an Angry Bird podcast.
Angry Bird. That's like 1994. You just aged yourself.
I'm fine. I have no problem.
You know, I never played Angry Birds, never saw Angry Birds, and I only knew them as like the little character, like stuffed animals.
Well, that's good. I get it. So, what we're going to talk about today, Angry Bird?
Well, I don't want to talk about. I don't really want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. No, I didn't.
Look at that.
Gratitude and manifestation, because manifestation is a huge buzzword right now, right? Like you hear that all the time, and it's like what was it? The Secret. Is it The Secret? I could be misquoting. It doesn't matter exactly, but there's some books out there that's telling you how to manifest and bring things into your life, and
right.
et cetera, et
Right,
cetera,
right, right, right.
et cetera. And today, really, the topic of the podcast came up today because we're gonna record another one after this. So, you know, uh, but I decided to go with this one because of what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And last week, I was so stressed out over that final.
Right.
So stressed out. And I have, as we have discussed before, destructive thinking.
Right.
And it's bad.
Yeah.
And it's worse in the middle of the night. I'm pretty stellar and straight throughout the day.
Why is
But
it worse in the middle of the night though? Why would it be in the middle of the night?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blessing.
Right.
Oh, that's a joke when I say that.
I was thinking, like, if you're gonna do it, I guess do it in the middle of the night if you're asleep.
No, because you're asleep and then you wake up and then it goes from like, I didn't pay the bills, my house is going to get foreclosed. They're going to. I was, and literally a company owns my house. I rent, but I literally will think my house will get foreclosed from the company.
Right.
It's crazy thinking. Granted, it's happened to people, but like, who thinks that? Me. But I'll start thinking all this stuff. I'm like, did I pay this bill? And what's going to happen? And what if they raise my rent? I can't afford the house. And then I'm going to have to move to like Minnesota and I hate the cold.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like, and it seems so real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like worrying. It's destructive thinking because common sense will tell you the next day that's not normal.
Right.
So I'm like, no, got to stop that. So, but I do it all the time too. Like we've talked about it. I think we've talked about it on here before. I've got like a reel on it on Instagram where like, I remember, so the way my parents' house is laid out, we used to have to run, they made what was supposed to be the garage, the den.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was supposed to be the basement, a garage. So like it was a drive-up garage and you go underneath the house. So to get into the den, you had to go from like the side of the house where the bedrooms was on, through the dining room, the kitchen, and into the den.
Right.
Like there's one door in the den, one door out the den. That's the only way you get there. And I'm telling you what's the truth. I used to leave my bedroom and take off running, and I mean like making 9. Because I was scared to death that somebody or some animal was going to murder me or maul me in my home, getting from my bedroom to the den. And I would like to say that this was me at 4, albeit it was. Like when I was like 42 and out their house and it was dark, I still did that and I still had that same thought. And it was like, ugh. Yeah. I don't know why I'm this way.
Me either.
Destructive thinking. But what I have noticed that is helping it, because it happened today. So I was in eagle pose, or no, maybe moon. I don't remember. I don't remember what it's called in yoga today. And you do this. So for the listeners, you can describe it, Jeffrey, what it is that you're doing. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, so see this leg?
Yes.
It's going this way.
Okay.
And you do this.
All right.
And then you hold it for a minute.
She's leaning over with one leg and she went straight. She can do it straight. I can't do it.
So your one leg is on the ground and is perpendicular to the ground. Or one leg is, you're standing on one foot perpendicular, and then one leg out and hands in prayer at your chest, but that is parallel to the ground. Right? That's what you'd say. Yeah. So, and then you hold it for a minute. Well, obviously, you got to have good balance to do that, which normally I do because I do yoga a lot. But today I was off because I had a dream about Leah Remini last night, probably. but I was off. And I started thinking about like my toes being like tree roots and being rooted to the ground. You looking at me like I have 5 heads right now. It's like, Christy is hot. No, she's not.
This is accurate depiction.
But, and then I started thinking of things that I was grateful for. Like I was grateful And on my towel, I looked at, on my towel, like I was looking at one spot. And I just started thinking, God, thank you so much for allowing me to be able to afford a gym membership that I can come to.
Right, right,
And thank you so much for giving me legs to where I can do this. And even though I'm shaking, you gave me a body that I can make stronger and it shakes.
right.
And I just started, and the next thing I knew, a minute was gone and I was solid. I had no wobble.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the other leg, right? Because if you don't do both sides, you're going to walk funny all day. So you go to the other leg. I assume the position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Started doing the same thing. No wobble ever came. And it made me think, when you focus, look, I could be a preacher right now. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you lose your wobble. You become solid and firm.
Yeah, I agree.
You're not going all over the place, like getting bounced back and forth. You can remain solid when you know what you're grateful for.
Right.
And that's something I'm going to put into practice, my own theology right now, as far as like being grateful and use it with my destructive thinking. When I start thinking that I'm going to get shutting the blinds at night, I'm going to think, one, Christy, that's crazy. But isn't it awesome that you have a house with blinds that you can shut, where if you got shot, like, you still have a house?
Right.
Some people living in war zones.
Right.
Be grateful. I'm going to start using that to try to combat my destructive thinking. And that being said, though, I think that sometimes things that hold us down, and I've said 150 times, and I don't mean this in the woo-woo way, because there's a lot of woo-woo along with the way of manifestation. But I am a big fan of vision boards. I am a big fan of knowing what you want. And I believe that you have to believe in you to get what you want. So if you want a Tesla, for example, as you smile, if you want a Tesla, what are you going to do to get a Tesla? Are you going to walk around and say, all I deserve is a Yugo? That's all I'm ever going to get, because I always have all these bills and I never have enough money to where I can get anything. Are you going to say, I have these bills and I'm going to get these bills paid off so I can get this Tesla? And then put a Tesla out and start looking at it and know what you're working towards. And imagine what it'll feel like when you drive your Tesla, and imagine what it'll look like when you're in your Tesla, and already be grateful for the Tesla that is just coming to you. Right. I'm telling you now, there are things in my life that beyond a doubt I have manifested in that way, that I had such focus that it happened. My job at the super center, I'm telling you right now, I manifested that thing. Florida manifested. I mean, when you look back and think on it, like, I had done this and I had this as a goal, and these things happened and came to fruition in a 1 in a million chance. Over and over. Right. So I want people to start using gratitude, and I'm going to start doing it as a unit. And I want to do it with you. Start using gratitude and manifestation as a tool, and believe in yourself more to focus on your goals. Right. And write them suckers down. Like, make a list, make a vision board. Right. Like, if you're that way, you can make a vision board like in Photoshop if you want to do, just on a piece of paper and copy and paste pictures. You know what I mean? Or make a list of things that you want, or write down things that you're grateful for. And this is something I've read my kids' stuff when it's like, give me a gratitude list. I want to know what you're grateful for. And this is what they do. I'm grateful for God, my mom, my dog, my brother and my sister, chicken nuggets, macaroni, Chick-fil-A. We have a food theme in this house, but you know what I'm saying. And yes, I'm sure that they are grateful for all those things, but I'm also grateful for the bad things, because it's taught me what I needed to know for this. And if you can find gratitude in the bad stuff, I think it can help you manifest the good stuff.
True. True. I agree.
Your turn.
I agree with, well, I agree with everything you said. But I also say that everyone has their own journey to get to the point of gratitude. Because oftentimes, sometimes people don't feel grateful. You have to allow yourself to feel whatever emotion that you may have before you even get to gratitude. Sometimes you have to go through the route of being angry for a minute or sad for a minute or hurt before you can get to gratitude. Because if you deny yourself the emotions that got you in the place, you'll never be able to grasp the gratitude to pull you out of the place, if that makes sense to you. So I don't want to turn off my emotions of disappointment, because it makes me human, because I don't want to paint a picture of, I'm going to always never feel this, I'm going to never feel sad. No, I go through all those emotions at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, I also got to give myself a time limit to move on. And every situation has a different time limit. And I base it on what's healthy and what's not, what's healthy, what's not healthy. And then I tend to say, okay, I'm grateful for these things, Um, and so for some things, it has taken me a while to get to it, And there's some things I got through it pretty quickly, And it also depends on what it is. And how I was as a kid is not how I am as an older adult, or middle-aged adult, I should say, as opposed to a young adult. Now, how would I be as an older adult? I don't know. And that's when I say life and experiences teach you, and life and experience educate you if you allow it to. If you don't, you will go through the same exact thing over and over again, and you won't learn nothing. Consequences instruct. And so you have to allow it to instruct you in a healthy way to get to gratitude. That's how I see it, And I can look back over just certain situations in my life, and I said, okay, I was not, more specifically, I can say I was always and I still am so driven for the next thing, the next, what's the next goal, that sometimes you don't sit in where you are and have gratitude for where you are currently, and smell the coffee or whatever you say. You look back and you say, oh, I wish I would have. Well, now I'm hoping that I don't say I wish I would have anymore. I want to say I am doing, because I've done a lot of looking back and say, oh, I wish I would have appreciated this moment more, or I would have appreciated that moment more. So I'm trying my best to live in the moment, and with that have gratitude. But at the same time, if something upsets me and I'm not ready, I also deal with that also. So that's where my head is a constant growth of trying to figure this stuff out.
Well, I think you can even be grateful that when you're disappointed.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree. Totally. Totally agree. Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay. I think it's something that you really have got to, I don't know. I'm going to totally slaughter this quote.
Okay.
It's not really a quote, I don't guess, but I read it, and I read it after Sean had died. Which, happy birthday, Sean, up in heaven, yesterday. But grief is even something that you can be grateful for.
How? In what way?
Because when you're grieving, you loved.
Okay. I can see that.
So if you're not grieving the person, you'd have never had the person.
I don't know. Why do you think that? Why do you think that grief
No, that's not. Like if you don't, like, there's people that died today that I'm not crying and grieving because I never knew them.
Yeah, that's in that instance, yes, that's black or white. Of course. But what about the shade of gray? If someone doesn't cry, and I should say this. Let me articulate it differently. There are many different ways to show grief, and sometimes crying is not necessarily one of them.
Oh yeah, no, I just say grief in general. I'm not saying crying.
Gotcha.
But
okay.
I think that you can, sorry for the loud sound from my kid in the background.
Oh,
Um,
can't even hear it.
oh, well, that was good because it
Yeah.
sounded like something big fell.
Nothing came through.
Go Zoom.
The gift of
Happy
Zoom.
birthday.
Yeah.
Until we like broadcast and it turns out that it did come through and Jeff is just deaf.
No.
And then we make an ear appointment.
Wow.
But no, I mean, I think it's something for us to work on. And I'm going to do some research on it and see like if there's science to back it.
Okay.
Because I want to know.
Do it. I'm curious too.
I am. And we'll do that. We'll talk about that next week some and see where we're at. And then, guys, we're starting the Patreon.
Here we go.
And I'm so excited. So we are doing we're going to talk about Johnny and Amber.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on the Patreon. And you're going to get my real opinion.
Oh, no. Here we go.
I mean, I'm just saying. You want to know? You can know.
Okay.
We'll be adding more stuff through the summer because guess what? I got a 4.0 when I graduated and I have more time enough where I can do these things.
I cannot wait. And bravo. I'm so proud of you.
I can't even stand my own self.
We know.
Oh, you all right?
Flim.
Yeah, I'm so excited I can't say that.
Yay. Graduate.
You're weird tonight.
Huh?
You were so weird.
Completely weird. I agree with that one.
Okay, well. Are you going to close it? I guess I'm closing it.
Yeah, you close it this time.
Thank you for everything. Follow us on Instagram. I'm making some cute reels. Join us over on the Patreon. I will put the link on Instagram to Patreon when that is up and running. And you can hear about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Boo. So boo.
Honey. Okay, anyway. But follow us on Instagram at Red and Green Colorblind. We're on Facebook, but don't really do a whole lot there, but that's fun. If you want to follow me on my personal Instagram, it's Christy Greenberg, very creative. And Jeff's is at Dr. Jeffrey Redding. I don't know why you put a Dr. when you made your Instagram. It makes it so hard to type.
Okay.
Anyway, I wish you'd have known me, then I'd have helped you.
Oh, we're gonna stay on this positive lane that we in. Chris, just positivity lane.
Shut up and go get more activity points, Jeff.
That's it, positive lane. Okay. Let me see how many activity points I got for sitting here. And that'd be funny.
I'm not laughing.
Ooh. It hadn't changed, I don't think.
Oh, I was going to say, if yours went up just while you were sitting there, then you need to go to the doctor because your heart's pounding all the time, and that means you're going to die. What's your heart rate?
Any more positivity? Any more positivity you want to give out today?
What's your heart rate?
I don't know.
If you hit activity points, if you actually click on the button and then you go down, it'll say resting heart rate.
Activity points. Let me see. Okay. I don't know. Good job. I don't know.
You just scroll down.
I don't know if I don't think this is for the podcast, but we'll worry about that later. We can do that off the podcast.
Okay, I'll update you and let you know what his heart rate is. But mine is 73.
Good for you.
And I bet yours is higher, and I'm going to tell it.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah.
So.
Okay.
More positivity coming next week. So anyway, thank y'all for calling up
I'm
the Red
positive.
and Green, the what? Podcast. See you later. Bye.